prepared to assume that I couldn't exactly not say that is or isn't almost partially incorrect. That in no way, with any amount of uncertainty, that I undeniably...
Stop it! Beyond Sandbox is not a scam, but they did in fact lie to you. In today's video, I'm going to go into the Beyond Sandbox trailers and try to recreate everything that is shown and advertised. Now, there are other things that they have shown on various other socials, like proning and whatnot, but we're not going to actually cover that because there's a difference between what's planned for early access and what's available now as advertised. So, without further ado, let's hop right in and try to recreate everything Beyond Sandbox says they give you right out of the gate. The first available trailer on Steam, they talk about full body and IK physics. So what that means is you actually have a full player rig, which is this, and you could touch yourself everywhere, literally. Look at this. Like this is actually a full player rig. I can poke my shoe, my shin. The only thing you can't poke is no, actually you can poke that. Never mind, I lied. I should join the Beyond Sandbox team. And then of course you have your sausagey fingers, you know, Batman Arkham Shadow style. So this is already in the game. You could do this. You can have your fingers do whatever they want if you're so inclined. However, you can't do the thing where you put your hand through the hole like this one. These are my control. I'm hitting my controller right there. This is, you can hear, ready? That's me hitting my controller. So my finger can't get past here. So as far as like the one-to-one connection, it's not quite there. Like you have to do some maneuvering to kind of get your fingers to where they want to go. But I do appreciate that you are a physical entity in this world. Like everything, for better or for worse, is physical. Hey, look, my hand no clipped through that window. So jumping on things is there. However, the climbing in this game is bad. Like there's no physical climbing just yet. That's on their roadmap. The next thing they cover is procedural gripping, and what that means is being able to grab items and rifles anywhere. But before we cover that one, this is the AK that they give you in the game right now, and this is the AK that they're showing off in the trailer. Like, what happened to the strap? I want the strap. I want to put a scope on that thing. Where's the mounting rail? But aside from that, in the trailer, he's literally able to grab like wherever you want, and I could feel the anchor point is literally right here. Like I'm trying to grab in all those different places. Like he grabs it, no problem right here. You could see that is not, I'm not twisting my wrist. This is real life. That's where I'm gripping. And in the trailer, he's like, you could procedurally grip wherever you want. And you could obviously see that the hand is snapping right there. So as far as procedural grip goes, you can grip here, and everything else is just VR jank of where it wants you to attempt to grip. And then the other part of it is it's physics-based weapons. I guess everything is physics-based, right? So this is like the butt, the stock of the gun. So we're doing that thing, but I can't grab it how they want. Well, actually, no, we can grab it how they want. So we can do that. Success. We have one success in the bag right there so far. I like how these guys spawn still with their brains blown out. It's like, what? Look at him. Look at the top of his head. That's how they spawn. Now, the next part of the trailer is a little bit confusing because some of the stuff is in and some of it's not. So this is the other rifle. When you spawn it, it already has its stock out like this one. But in the trailer, it is like bent like this one. So we can bend it. It's just going to take a bunch of physics jank to get there. So you keep bending it, and I promise you I'll get this. You know what? Since this is a physics-based game, I could just do that. There we go. So that works. I just bent it that way. So now from the trailer, it's this guy, and then you can take the butt stock out like this one and do your best procedural gripping to put it into the spot. Almost there. Once again, I'm just going to bend it like this one. Thank you. They also take the magazine and go like this. So like, see, that's working. That's there. It's in the game. These little micro movements are there that you can do. Like you have like you could take your finger on and off using like trigger discipline there. You could interact this way. Now the other micro animation that they do in the trailer is being able to turn this from semi-safe to auto. And look, you could do that. So you press the top B button to kind of trigger that one. And it kind of looks the same. You know, it's a little off. Then moving on is the magazine itself. So we're supposed to be able to grab this out. So I think you have to press the mag eject button first. That just makes it instantly fall out. But in the trailer, you're able to kind of pull it out. So you hold it, then do the mag eject. Like that, when you can see the visible amount of ammo remaining. So we could do that. They said it's cancelable too. So Looks like it snaps right in. I don't know if it's actually cancelable per se, but you could do that one. And now let's fire a couple of shots at this nerd. Sorry, nerd. Welcome to hell. And now, can we pull out the remaining ammo? I guess. Let's fire it until there's no more ammo left, and then we'll know for sure if we could see the remaining ammo. Pull it out, and there you go. Yeah, that worked. That actually did work. Now, this is the big thing that they said, is that you're supposed to be able to grab and like mag palm two things. And I don't see a way of being able to do that. So in the trailer, he's straight up mag palming two things. And he's like, oh, I can change one out and hold the other one. And you definitely, in this current build, cannot do that. There is no actual way of doing that one in the hand. So that one's a complete... And that's in the trailer on Steam. So you can watch that one and be like, I can do that in the game currently. And there's no way you can. Now the next part, it says there's a shoulder constraint which is going to allow for the Iraqi style reload. So let's go ahead and empty those bullets. So here's what they do. The Iraqi reload is you're putting the stock of the gun right against your shoulder, and right away that thing just straight up clips through me, even back here. It hits my hand, it hits this one, but it looks like it's only interactable up until like your elbow, and then it's a classic VR thing. So this one is a no, like this isn't physical, my leg is physical, but you can't actually put it up here. They're clearly faking that, or I don't know what the hell's going on in that trailer, but you can't do that one. But you should be able to hit the thing. So you hold the mag release button and it falls to the ground. Okay, so what if you just had one in there already and then you just slap the shit out of it? Huh? No? Is it nothing? Because if you hold it right away, it falls out. So did they fake it? Did they just time it and they're just like, boom? No, it clips right through it, dude. So you can't even do that. You can't even hit the mag with the other mag. I think the moment you eject the mag, it's like a half physical thing. I'm trying it with the left hand also. So you can hit it, but I have to release the mag and it falls right away. So that's a straight up lie. Can't do that. Now they talk about physics-based recoil. So, I mean, yeah, I don't think I've played a decent VR game that didn't have physics-based recoil. Let's put it on full auto. Yeah, all right. So, I mean, as expected. Do I really need to test that any further? I guess maybe with one hand. Okay, yeah. So that's confirmed. The next part is physics-based sway for your gun caused by footsteps. So I'm going to hold it directly in front of me and then walk. And there is literally no sway at all. Like, is it supposed to... I'm doing the sway. So this is me doing the sway. Like, it's like a game. Like, oh, wow, I'm swaying. But there's no way... Like, you can see I'm physically walking here, right? And is that swaying? There's no animation for that. Or if there is, I mean, it's negligible to the point where you can't see it. Maybe it's there. And I can't see it, but honestly, even if you added this in, this doesn't even feel like anything. So I'm gonna shoot the hell out of that car now. Now for the next trailer, they start talking about like more involved physics, like stabbing. So they have like real stabbing wounds. So I try to change him to the player avatar that we see constantly, but it doesn't save. I was able to give him a revolver though, so that part saved. So they're going like this in the trailer, right? They're grabbing his head and they're stabbing it right in there like this. And they're supposed to talk about how the blood soaks over time. And I guess it is, but it doesn't look like how it looks in the trailer. Now they also said that you can twist it. Like, can I twist? It goes right through him. Now he's immortal for testing purposes, but in the trailer, they're twisting the knife. And I don't think it's like affecting the bone. Yeah, that's definitely what they're doing. And in here, I cannot twist. You can definitely not twist this knife. Like, so this is supposed to be twisting. You can definitely not twist the knife once it's in there. It's just, it basically becomes inverse kinematics there. Like once it's stabbed into that guy. You're supposed to be immortal, dude. What the hell's wrong with you? So that you definitely cannot do. So that's a complete... Now they talk about force-resistant stabbing, and they have a machete that is not... You can't spawn it. There's no machete here, so it's gonna be really hard to kind of test that one. But I guess we'll try on both the knives. So he grabs the shoulder and then he stabs him right in the back like this one. I can already tell that the grabbing is way different than, like, I'm affecting just this bone. Anyway, is there any force? So can I just slowly poke it in? Can you slowly push it in? No and yes at the same time, I guess. So there is some force that I'm feeling. So I literally have to jam it back in there if I really want that to happen. Same thing with this one, right? I can't just slowly push it in. You have to give it some force on that feedback. So that's a thing. You definitely can do that one. You know what? I have an idea. Let's start testing some of this stuff on zombies too. This could be where they put all their AI physics. So you grab him. Can we twist once it's in there? No. Okay. So you can't do that one. I can go into the back here. Yeah, there's some force feedback, I guess. So this one is not a total lie. There is some force there, but as expected. You know what I'm saying? That I don't know if that's a beyond Sandbox, but I expected that. Now we have to move on to like the really weird one that doesn't really have a good explanation, but I'm going to try it. So we're going to be using this fire axe, which is the smallest fire axe I've ever seen in my life. It should be like here. This is almost a hatchet. This is like a bastard hatchet. But they're talking about adaptive melee system, and they also have an asterisk that says build any type of melee weapon in a few minutes. I have no idea what the fuck they mean by that. I don't even think they explain it, but we're going to try it. So he hits him in the head with the axe, and then I think he just does this. So what does that even mean? Like if I go in here and select the fire axe, there's a create option. So create a new fire axe thing. Skin. Can I change the skin data? Default interactable, so you can't change that. On break sound reference. Gun loop. Sure. Can I change anything else? Hit damage multiplier. Doom. 100%. So now I can holster that. Boom. So I have 100% damage multiplier on this dude. So if I hit you, die instantly. Bro, we just created any type of melee. It's just an axe that you can change the parameters on. Now this shovel's supposed to have procedural grips also. So can I grip here? Oh, hang on. Look, I'm procedurally gripping the shovel for the most part. You know, there's still some VR jank there. I'm grabbing it here, grabbing it there. This is not, I don't know, it's not terrible. It doesn't feel like sometimes I'm gripping it, even though it feels like I am. Oh, look at that wrist twist there. Yeah, so that's not a procedural grip. It's like, there's grip points for sure. I can see it. That's why my hand is snapping there. That's weird. Can I grab here with this hand? And here? Okay, you know, I'm going to give that one, you kind of had that. There's kind of procedural grips for this one. Dear God. So then he stabs someone in the face with a shovel. Okay. Confirm you can stab things in the face with a shovel. You can bonk them on the head, just like the trailer. Look. Just like the trailer. Now they have something called blood soaking control, which here's the footage of it happening. You're supposed to be able to stab and twist, and we already know that you can't do that. So I spawned the 3 various types of things that you have. Human, gun, man, homeless, red hat guy, and zombie. Why do you look different than the other zombies? Are you like less zombified? Well, let's try it on the zombie first. So he stabs him and then twists. It's supposed to be blood soaking control. So I can see the blood not moving. It's just, there's blood does soak. I don't know if I'm causing that or if this is just like blood over time. Like if I just did a quick stab and pull the knife out, is this just going to soak? No. Do I have to leave the knife in? Stab. I'm just going to leave it in and see what happens. The knife is in him. I'm not twisting it, air quotes. What the fuck was that? Let's try the shoulder. Just leave that right in there. Is the blood going to soak if I don't touch it? Is it just a soak over time? It is a soak over time thing. You don't get to control that shit. We'll try it on red hat guy. We'll just leave that in there. I'm not touching it, and it's soaking over time. Bro, you are getting soaked over time. This next part is multi-stabbing. This is the big one that everyone saw in the trailer. So multi-stabbing is I'm supposed to be able to hit him with this one, and the other side still counts as a point. So hit that in him. Then we grab this guy's head. Come here. Let me grab your stupid head. Pull it over to him. Grab this one too, and then stab. Is it stabbing him? Bro, I mean, obviously I'm not doing a good job right now. No, I'm doing a good job. Yeah, there is no multi-stabbing. What if I took it while he's in there and try to stab you with it? A complete devastating lie. There's no way there's multi-stabbing in the game. Can't even do it. Nope, absolutely not. But there is a flashlight in the game, so that counts for something. The next thing that they show is dynamic attachments. The biggest problem here, I don't even think I could show you any of that stuff, because if you go into items, firearms, all these assault rifles and stuff, there's literally no attachments. The only gun that has a current attachment is this one. It has, you know, like a hollow sight on there already, but there's literally no other. There's a scope. Hang on. There's this scope. Let's see if I can put the scope on anything. I already know this can't work because there's no rail for this one, but ready? Dynamic attachment. No, obviously in the thing, he's able to put a knife on here. Actually, I just realized something. That gun that he's showing is not even in the game. You can't, they don't even give you, is that an M16? They don't even give you that, dude. I don't even have access to that. Now they have weight simulation and like bone breaking. And of course they show you like a club that you also don't have access to, but that's crazy. We're going to try this baseball bat. So there's supposed to be weight on this guy. And I guess, you know, just like the other things, there's weight per se, but I'm trying to even move this bat and the procedural gripping just isn't there for that, dude. So just to revisit procedural gripping, no. So let's try to break an arm, like what they do. They hit him right in the shoulder. He's just like, dynamic bone breaking. Is your bone being broken? No? How about this one? Am I breaking your bone? Oh, we broke the zombie's jaw though. That's a thing. Look, his jaw is actually broken though. So we did do that. In fact, let's actually, for this demonstration, I just remembered something. Let's go back to their hub because I'm pretty sure they give you other items in the hub for some reason. This was the weight simulation, I guess, that they were talking about. I'm going to try to break a bone. I'm going to attempt to grab here. Okay, so that's broken. I guess that technically works. Can I also break your shoulder bone? It works better in the hub with this thing. I don't know why you can't spawn this anywhere else. It's just in this hub. So it's in the game. This does technically work, I think. So while we're here, let's test out their procedural body grips that they show. That should mean I'm able to grab this man almost anywhere, and I think that's actually a thing, like for the most part. I'm grabbing him here, I'm twisting him around. You could break his neck that way. I should be able to go like right around here and arrest this man. Sir, you're under arrest. Okay, so this is legit right here. Being able to do this one, because even in like a Bone Lab, the NPCs do not behave like this one. Like their arms have different kinematics. So if I had like handcuffs, if someone made a good handcuff mod, you could do it in this one because you can procedurally grab them almost anywhere. Almost anywhere. Grab his butt. You can procedurally grab this man and bend him over any way you like. Can I procedurally bend your knee in the wrong direction? Oh, I could feel it snapping. You can do that stuff. Okay, so this is why I think Beyond Sandbox has the bones inside of it. They just should have been forthright with what they were working on and what you can do, because doing stuff like this to NPCs, that's in the game. Breaking their arm is in the game. Breaking their legs are in the game. Snapping this stuff is there. But talking about the other procedural stuff and doing weird things that aren't in the game, why show that? And I get that it's early access, and you're probably like, oh, Drifter, it's going to be in the game at some point. But in the trailers, at no point do they show you or tell you that this will be in the game. They're literally showing it like it's in the game somehow. How did they get that footage? Now, that's pretty much it for both the available trailers that they have for you to pre-order and purchase the game. So right from their pages, if you were to watch that one, you'd be like, yeah, okay, I want to pre-order that and or buy that. Don't look at me. So you're like, that's in the game, right? All that stuff is in the game. So I would say, for the most part, the lion's share of what they show in those trailers, like to convince you, to convince you to buy the game, is not currently in this build. So there's a lot of lies there. Definitely a lot of lies. So then it comes back to, is this game a scam or not? And honestly, I don't know. If they abandon the game entirely and they're just like, you know what, fuck this, we're not doing this anymore, and there was no refunds, I would say scammed. And the people on Patreon, I guess maybe they're the people that got scammed along the way, because they were told that all the stuff and they were paying money monthly to support them, which was their choice. This game is in early access, so all the stuff that they are talking about, everything in their little roadmap right here, if I go here, So what to expect in coming updates, not the next update, in the coming updates, is climbing, prone, weapon attachments. So I should have read that in the beginning, but all these things here. So overall, I will say this. If they stick with this game, which I think they are going to do, there's no, like, they can't cash grab things that you can just refund, you know what I'm saying? So that they're not going to be able to get away with that one. So I hope that they continue with this game and update what they say they're going to update. Can I really not grab that? Oh my God. And update what they say they're going to update and do all that cool stuff. Stick with this game. Please don't abandon it. The mods definitely need some help. I think people are learning all the mods. We talked about mods in a separate video, and they were, not great currently. Not great. There's a lot of learning to go on there, but I still have hope for Beyond Sandbox because there's some cool stuff that you can do. It's pretty basic right now. I wouldn't even call this a beta. This is probably like late stage alpha before they get into beta. It is cool that the multiplayer is there and it works for the most part, which is pretty cool. You have some synchronizing issues there and of course some localized lag. But anyway, that's it. So I guess the question I pose back to you is, what do you guys think? Is Beyond Sandbox a scam, or did they straight up just lie to you? Dude, look, you could blow your own arm off. It's kind of trippy. I saw a ghost hand, but look, I blew my own arm off.